notes were
Yeah.
shared to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here I could
Ah,
see hardly 18 members. Okay, may God bless you all, those who are here. Let me share my screen. Yeah, please all of you mute yourself unless until it is necessary. Kavya again joined. Great. So when I pose a question, you people are leaving. Unit 3. Unit 3. Open. So as per the last class, I think we were at here. The miscellaneous problems that we have studied. As per the topics, that what exactly the gradient that we have covered, and about directional derivative we supposed to cover. The directional derivative, already the formula was mentioned here. Del phi dot e cap. So directional derivative at a particular point we supposed to start. So let us see that one also. Oh, someone is waiting. Guys, is my screen is visible to all? Can someone please respond? Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So Bhavana, can someone ask to Bhavana rejoin? She's in hanged condition. Okay, say this. Yeah. Directional derivative. In this, a surface will be given to you. And a gradient at a particular point to be calculated first here. Grad at a particular point. Grad at a particular point is supposed to find a point is P. That means here you have calculated del phi at P. Then a vector will be given to you. From that you need to calculate unit vector. Unit vector is nothing but divide by that vector e cap is equal. Suppose a vector is g bar, divide by its length. That's only the. Then directional derivative equals to del phi at P dot product E cap. Since it is a dot product, it is always a scalar. I mean to say that it's a number. Simply I may get a number in a specific direction. Now let me open the document. Just a minute, please. Yeah. These problems we covered already. About gradient we supposed to discuss. Sorry, direction derivative. Normal, this aspect covered already. Angle between two surfaces. This also I supposed to cover. Angle between the two surfaces is nothing but here. Let it be a surface. Let it be a surface phi 1. That phi 1 is equals to x square plus y square plus z square minus 9. Another surface phi 2 is equals to here x square plus y square minus z minus 3. Now for these two I have to calculate grad. So del phi 1. For this I need to calculate del phi 2. These two surfaces are intersecting at a particular point. So at a point P, at a point P. Then dot product of this one, that means here a bar dot b bar is equal to, we have studied in the last class as a times b times cosine angle between them. Then cosine angle between them is equals to a bar dot b bar upon a times b. And the further extension here, angle theta is equals to cosine inverse a bar dot b bar upon a times b. So here also I am using the same logic. Instead of a bar there is a del phi 1, instead of b bar there is del phi 2 at p. That's what phi 1, phi 2. Del phi 1 we calculated, and del phi 1 at a point P we got here. This is 4i bar minus 2j bar plus n 4k bar. Similarly del phi 2 and del phi 2 at a point these are the two vectors. Angle between the two vectors is equals to, here it was considered as n1 bar and 2 bar, but I may consider directly as del phi 1 at P dot del phi 2 at P divided by mod del phi at P1 mod del phi 1 at P1 at P mod del phi 2 at P. This is then dot product is nothing but simply product of the corresponding coefficients of I bar, j bar, k bar. So 4 times 4 16 minus 2 times minus 2 plus 4 plus 4 times minus 1 minus 4. So these two gets cancelled. I may get 16 upon here its length 4 square is 16, 2 square is 4, 4 square is 16, and here 4 square is 16, 2 square is 4, and 1 square is 1. So I may get here 4 square plus 4 square, it is 32, 32 plus 4 36, under root of 36 will be 6. So if I can cancel this is 8 times, this 3 times. So I may get here 8 upon 3 by square root of 21. So theta equal to cos inverse of this. Similarly here we are Hussain Reddy. Similarly here, calculate the angle between the normals of a surface. So for this point, for this surface, I calculated the normals at these two, and angle between them. That means here suppose it is a surface. Here at a point, here at a point, I am calculating the normal at here. I may get normal here, I may get normal here. There might be some angle in between. There might be some angle. So what is that angle here? We supposed to calculate. So del phi 1 at P1, del phi 2 at P2 or simply del phi because only one surface at P1, P2 and same logic here. Similarly, this is also one more somewhat important concept, important topic I can say that. If examiner want to twist the paper, he might post this type of the questions. Find the values, it's not a vector, find the values of a comma b so that the surface is ax square minus byz equal to a plus 2 times x and 4x square plus 4x square y plus z cube equal to 4. Intercept orthogonally at 1 comma minus 1 comma 2. So that means here these two surfaces, let it be one surface is this, another surface is this. They are intercepting orthogonally at a particular point. For example, this is the point here. This is a 1 comma minus 1 comma 2. So at this particular point, I need to calculate the normal to this. At this particular point, I need to calculate the normal to this. Now angle between them is theta. So what is this theta here? This is. So at a phi 1 and a phi 2. Since both are on the surface, so I need to ensure that this point is here or outside. So for that reason, just you substitute those values in this. 4 times 1 x square is 1, y is minus 1 plus minus 2 plus 2 whole cube minus 4. What I may get here? Minus 4 plus 8, this is a cube, minus 4. So plus 8 minus 8 will be 0. That means the point is on the surface. Similarly, I supposed to check this one. So if I check this one, I may get here a relation in terms of a comma b. So this here, if I substitute that, I may get here a minus b, a x is equal to 1, y equal to minus b times minus 1 or 1 square, a x square minus b y z is 2 minus a plus 2 times x is equal to 1. So I make it here a equal to 0 because it is it must satisfy that. So a times x value is equal to 1. So that means a minus b times minus 1 into plus 2 plus 2y minus of minus plus, which makes plus 2b minus a minus 2 equal to 0. Since x is equal to 1, minus a plus a gets cancelled. I make it a 2b minus 2 is equal to 0. So therefore b equals to 1. So far I have not used this orthogonally condition. Just finding angle between these two surfaces at the point of intersection means the point is supposed to satisfy by the curve. So here I substituted in the both. Whether it is satisfied or not, from the clearly second one we identified that this value is 0. The same logic, if I apply the first one, I got b equals to 1. Means here two unknowns are there. I supposed to get the two condition. The other condition is, now I am computing the angle here, del phi 1 and del phi 2. Del phi 1 at point, del phi 2 at a point. Now cutting orthogonally means here cos theta equal to a del phi 1 dot del phi 2 by mod del phi 1 times mod del phi 2. Here dot product is, since theta equal to 90, dot product must be 0. That represents here a minus 2 times here x coefficient minus 8 plus minus 2b times here j bar coefficient 4 plus here k bar coefficient b times here 12 must be 0. Now if we simplify, before that b equal to 1 already we know that. So substitute b equal to 1, then I may get here a value. Then I may get a value. So now if I see that, this is the logic. So 2ab minus b minus 4 equal to 0. So simplifying that by substituting, this is the substitution, it was done here. We have done initially only. So b equals 1. Substituting these values here, I may get 2a is equals to 5, then a equal to 5 by 2. It was the question asked. The value of a is 5 by 2, the value of b is 1. Now coming to the topic, directional derivative is very important one. Majority of the cases the questions were asked on this. Majority of the cases. Then directional derivative. The directional derivative of a scalar point function. See, directional derivative of a scalar point function are simply surface in the direction of some other vector. This is some other vector d bar. Here is d bar, here is d cap. D cap is represents here. Yeah, it is given already. D cap is equal to d bar by mod d bar. So del phi at a point P dot d cap. Any doubt? Any query? If at all any doubt, you may unmute yourself and you can clear your doubts. That privilege is already given to you. Okay. See, find the direction derivative of a surface phi at a point, this one, in the direction of. So from this, I am supposed to calculate a del phi at a point 2 comma minus 1 comma 2, and from this unit vector e cap I supposed to calculate, then dot product of these, it's called unit directional derivative. Let us see that. Del phi at a point is 8i bar plus 48j bar plus 84k bar. Then d bar already given that 2i bar minus 3j bar plus 6k bar. Then d cap is equals to dividing the vector by its length. Dividing the vector by its length. So here dot 2i bar minus 3j bar plus 6k bar by its length will be 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 6 square is 36. Together 40 plus 9, 49. So 100 of 49 will be 7. Now directional derivative, don't write dd, directional derivative write down clearly. Del phi at p dot d cap. So del phi dot d cap. If we simplify, we make it 8 times 2, 16 plus 48 times minus 3 plus 84 times 6 divided by length 7 here. If you simplify, you make it 376. Similarly, the direction derivative of phi at this in the direction of vector I bar plus 2j bar plus 2k bar. Same logic, no much difference. Here direction derivative can be positive, can be negative. Don't be panicked that oh, direction derivative can't be negative. Not like that. It can be negative, it can be positive. The indication of this negative represents here the slope is in decreasing condition. Indication of the positive is the slope is increasing condition. Simple logic here. Suppose a curve is like this. If I make a, if I allow the scale upon the surface, I may get like this. Means here it is an increasing order. Suppose after that from here direction would be the decreasing. Means since how can you say that? Means here in this particular direction x-axis increases 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the same way I supposed to move the scale. The direction of the one corner of the scale is taken as a direction of that one. Simply I'm tracking that. So in this way what it is going is this is like this. Maybe this is like this. The slope is decreasing and from here slope is increasing. Find the direction derivative of I made a nonsense at here, right? at a point P1, 2, 3 in the direction of line PQ bar. That's what. P is a point on the surface and Q is somewhere in the space. I need to join them. So PQ bar is equals to, I may write here, PQ bar as position vector of Q first. OQ bar minus OP bar. This is, or in the space, I may write like this. I may write like this. Let it be P, let it be Q. PQ bar I supposed to calculate in this particular direction. So for that, I need to join the position vectors. OP bar, OQ bar. So OP bar, OQ bar from here to here means OQ bar minus OP bar, which makes this, which makes PQ bar. Actually, as per triangular law, what I may write is in anti-clockwise direction, OQ bar plus QP bar plus PO bar equal to 0. Simply cyclic. Then further I may write here QP bar as minus PQ bar, OQ bar minus OPQ bar plus OP bar plus OP bar plus PO bar as minus OP bar I may write. Minus OP bar equal to 0. So from this PQ bar is equals to OQ bar minus OP bar. So this is the logic behind this. I am not creating it's my own. That is a logic behind this. That is a triangular law. Just a minute. Now, accordingly, the D bar is equals to PQ bar. PQ bar is equal to OQ bar minus OP bar. The point can be represented as a vector like this. 5, 0, 4 can be written as a 5A bar plus 0K bar, 0J bar plus 4K bar minus P is a point on the surface. So 1, 2, 3. That means 1I bar plus 2J bar plus 3K bar. Find the difference. I may get a D. From this D cap I supposed to calculate. D cap is equal to 4I bar minus 2J bar plus K bar upon square root of 4 square plus 2 square plus 1 square will be under root of 1 by 21. Then the directional derivative is same logic. No much change. The directional derivative of P in the direction of the normal to the vector surface will be the same logic. Here in the direction derivative, first a vector was given, next point was given, next normal, it was asked the direction of the normal to the vector, whether it is whatever the concept it might be asked. So first surface is taken as a phi, then del phi at a P dot product. Let it be another surface psi or f, del f at the point, del f at the same point. Okay, this is unit vector is supposed to. So cap I used, that makes the direction derivative. This is okay. Now, as per the topics here, gradient completed, angle between the two surfaces completed, directional derivative completed. Now, what is the remaining one? Let me see this. As per the syllabus, just now the gradient was finished in the last class itself. Directional derivative, gradient was finished last class. Direction derivative is just now we completed. Angle between the surface is not given directly, but it is application of the gradient. So that's the reason we are discussed separately. And yeah, divergence means del dot f bar, curl means del dot f bar, Laplacian operator del dot del. So let me proceed further here. Yeah, who is joined now again? Durga Prasad. Is my screen is visible to all? Okay, how many are there? I could see here 20 members. Oh, whether you are for participating or interested or without interest, that's up to you only. Okay. So far, we work at a time only one del, that too on a scalar. On a vector, how it is working, that already we have discussed. Just for the namesake, I'm explaining that here. So far, we completed del applied on scalar phi, which is equal to del phi, which is always a vector. Now the same del is applied. Del can be applied on scalar. Sorry, I. Del can be applied on vector also in two ways. One is dot product, another one is a cross product. Here. Another one is cross product. If I go with the dot product, how it look like? That is nothing but a del dot applied on a vector. That's the reason I am taking f bar dot, which is known as div f bar. Div f bar. Similarly, del cross f bar, that is known as curl f bar. About this concept already we discussed in the last class. If suppose same del is can be applied on another del, that is del dot del, which is equal to del square, which is nothing but dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. This is a del square. Okay. Now, soon after that, we may study triple products also. First, let me finish this concept. Okay. Del applied on a vector point function. The divergence of vector point function is suppose the f bar is equal to f1 I bar, f2 j bar, f3 k bar, denoted by div f bar or del dot f bar. It is denoted by simply del. So del dot or dot is supposed to be specified f bar f1 I bar plus f2 j bar plus f3 k bar. Then I may get here dou by dou x of f1 plus dou by dou I of f2 plus dou by dou z of f3. Then div f bar is since dot product, div f bar is a scalar function. Then it is also called, whenever it is 0, then f bar is called a solenoidal of a solenoidal vector function. Similar, excuse me. Similarly here, curl of a vector. So in the here dot product, here it is a cross product. Whenever the cross product is there, we supposed to use determinant I bar, j bar, k bar. The I bar coefficient in the del, because it is the first vector, this is second vector. This is the first vector, this is the second vector. And first vector I bar coefficient dou by dou x, dou by dou y, j bar coefficient dou by dou y, k bar coefficient dou by dou z. So here I bar coefficient f1, j bar coefficient f2, k bar coefficient f3. This is just a normal difference, a normal derivative, normal determinant. some cases the curl f bar might be 0. So curl f bar is equal to 0, then f bar is called irrotational. Irrotational. About this also we discussed. If you pour water in a glass through pump, the water might rotate. That means here there is a square, a curl is applying. Suppose if you pour a sand which is very hard, then there might not be any rotation like water. That situation is called irrotational or conservative vector function. Now, what is a let us see that. Dive is means del dot is applied on a vector. That's the reason it was given vector. So f bar is equal to, is taken as a 3x square I bar plus 5xy square j bar plus xyz cube k bar. Then dive f bar, that is del dot f bar is equals to dou f1 by dou f1 by dou x means component of I bar, component of j bar differentiation with respect to y, component of k bar coefficient with respect to z. If I simplify, I may get a dive f bar, and a point is specified. At which particular point I am supposed to calculate means you are supposed to substitute x is equal to 1, y equal to, z equal to 3 in this. Similarly, it was asked that to show that each of the following vectors are solenoidal. This one and this one, you need to show that solenoidal means del dot f bar equal to 0. Here also del dot f bar is equals to 0. We are supposed to show equal to 0. Then div f1 equal to del dot f1 dou f1 by dou x. Same logic here in this one with respect to x. For first vector with respect to x, I may get 1. With respect to y, here is 1. With respect to z, minus 2. 1 plus 1 minus 2. So sum will be 0. That represents here it is solenoidal f bar. This vector f bar is solenoidal in this for this function. Similarly, f2, here also the same. With respect to x, there is no x here, so 0. Here there is no y, 0. Here there is no z, 0. So which makes here dot product is 0 in both the cases. So they are solenoidals. This is also one of the very important one. Find the value of n for which the vectors r power n times r bar is solenoidal. Yeah, say this, friends. Here r, the first question here we supposed to write is it a scalar or vector? Since this r bar makes this entire sense as a vector, so for that if we recall the related content, r bar equals to standard form xi bar plus yj bar plus zk bar. Due to the low internet connectivity, it's not having proper control. Zk bar. Then r bar equals to, r equals to mod r bar is equals to x square plus y square plus z square. Mod means magnitude, whole power 1 by 2, which is nothing but r. Now, I required r power n in the, as per the given problem, r power n I supposed to require. So r power n equals to x square plus y square plus z square whole power. Earlier r is 1 by 2, now it is n by 2. Now r power n times r bar equals to x square plus y square plus z square whole power n by 2 times xi bar plus yj bar plus zk bar. This is. Now it was asked that the vector is solenoidal. That means dou by dou x. I need to apply the dou by dou x. I think already in the last class we have studied some standard relation. Dou x by dou r. Sorry, dou r by dou x. Dou r by dou x equals to x by r, because I'm going to use this rigorously here. Dou r by dou y equals to y by r. Dou r by dou z equal to z by r. Now I required solenoidal means I supposed to take directly, because for what value of n is supposed to be solenoidal. So that's the reason I'll take directly solenoidal first. Del dot r power n into r bar equal to 0. That implies here del dot means I bar dou by dou x plus j bar dou by dou y plus k bar dou by dou z times r simple dot product r power n r bar equal to 0. Further here dou by dou x of, yeah, what is the coefficient of I bar in this right hand side? Simply for my convenience let me write down here r power n into r bar equals to r power n into x I bar r power n into y j bar r power n into z k bar. This is, so as per this I may write here I bar coefficient, here I bar coefficient r power n x. So dou by dou x of r power n into x plus dou by dou y times r power n into y plus dou by dou z times r power n into z, which is equal to 0. Now if I simplify further with respect to x, both this r contains x and x also in terms of that, so I may use uv formula. That uv formula is n times r power n minus 1 dou r by dou x times x plus, now I supposed to maintain x as constant, y as r power n is a differentiation, so x times, earlier I differentiated r power n, so now I need to differentiate x, so r power n times dou by dou x of x plus second term here same logic n times r power n minus 1 n times r power n minus 1 into dou r by dou y times y plus r power n into dou r by the battery low. Oh, I forgot. Okay. R power n into r power n minus 1 dou r by dou z times z plus r power n into, oh, I supposed to write, just a minute. Let me write clearly again for you. It is not a wrong, it is also correct. Excuse me. UV formula. UV whole dash equals to u times the derivative of v plus v times the derivative of u, either or u dash v plus v dash u, anyone that we can write. So based on that here, both the here in the r also there is x, here in x also there is x, that I am checking here. So then r power n times differentiation of x, dou x by x, dou x plus now I want to get x as a constant, differentiation of r power n times r power n minus 1 times dou r by dou x. This is about first term. Similarly, second term, r power n into dou y by dou y plus y times n times r power n minus 1 times dou r by dou y plus r power n times dou z by dou z plus z times n times r power n minus 1 dou r by dou z. Now if I substitute the values, in this dou x by dou x, the value is 1, dou y by dou y value 1, dou z by dou z value 1. Now dou r by dou x means the value is x by r, dou r by dou y means the value is y by r, dou r by dou z means the value is z by r. Now substituting that, here r power n, r power n, r power 3 r power n plus here can I take anything common? I can take n times r power n minus 1 can be taken common. So x times x by r will be x square by r plus here y times y by r, y square by r, z times z by r, so z square by r. Now further simplification, equal to 0. Please do put equal to 0 because it was given clearly that it is a solenoid. Solenoidal means div of some vectors is equal to 0. So based on that I may write here 3 r power n plus n times r power by r can be written as r power n minus 2 times x square plus y square plus z square equal to 0. Further, x square plus y square plus z square can be rewritten here r square. So 3 r power n plus n power n, n times r power n minus 2 times r square equal to 0. Furthermore here 3 r power n plus here n times r power n equal to 0. Further r power n is taken common, 3 plus n equal to 0 implies n equal to minus 3. For n equal to minus 3 only, that will be solenoidal. That is the meaning of that. For n equal to 3 only, that will be solenoidal. Wherever here, right. So this is for what value of the n, this will be solenoidal. So we proved that it is solenoidal only for that particular value. So for n equal to minus 3 only, that will be solenoidal here. Similarly, you may write the rest r power n times 1 by r also you may write, no issues. Next here, solenoidal function r bar by r cube. So that means x by r cube plus y by r cube plus z by r cube, and simplification. Nothing more than that here. Similarly, div r bar equals to, whenever r bar is there, immediately that introduction part is supposed to be recalled. That means r bar equal to xi bar plus yj bar plus zk bar, then r equal to under root of x square plus y square plus z square, or r power n equal to x square plus y square plus z square whole power n, and immediately do r by do x, do r by do y, do r by do z is supposed to be this. So here del dot f bar is equals to simplification, which is equal to div r bar is equal to this one we got. Similarly, curl means determinant of the product. Determinant I supposed to calculate. Simply normal differentiation. Irrotational concept. Same irrotational concept. Curl grad phi is equal to 0. Curl grad phi equal to 0. This is also not a big deal. It's quite easy only. Grad phi is rewritten here del phi. Grad phi is rewritten as del phi. So given that curl grad phi is equal to this something is supposed to be 0. That's what. So here curl grad phi. Grad phi is as per that I bar, j bar, k bar. Here dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by 2z, 2 dou z. Then dou phi by dou x, dou phi by dou y, dou phi by dou z. Simply simplification here. Unfortunately, that was quite blur. Same logic, just a substitution, simplification, substitution only. We may get that. Similarly, f bar is equal to grad x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xy z square. So f bar, then phi, the inner value is taken as phi, calculating that and simplification. Similarly, div f equal to f bar curl, the same here. Grad r bar, find grad r bar, grad r, not r bar, grad r, that means under root of this is dou x by dou x plus dou y by dou y plus dou z by dou z. Here dou r by dou x equal to x by r, dou r by dou y equal to y by r, dou r by dou z equal to z by r. So substitution of that xi bar by r plus yj bar by r plus zk bar by r. So simply I may write here r bar times r. Similarly, grad r, div r bar, curl r bar. These two are vector. That's the reason a vector is supposed to be applied. Here this is only scalar. This is only a scalar. R bar times r is a scalar. Similar logic is also the same for directional derivative and all. Here the values of a, b, c such that f bar is equal to 2x plus 3y plus az, I bar. So somewhat bigger number it was given. I bar, j bar. So whichever the part is missing, in that place you are supposed to substitute 0. So substitution, what it was given, 2x square plus 3y minus a minus z, bx plus 2y plus 3z, and so here 2x plus cy plus 3z, just normal differentiation, only normal differentiation, and simplify that one. About the scalar potential and a curl we'll discuss together. From here we'll discuss together. Okay, hardly in 2 or 3 classes I may wind up this one. This unit will be completed.